Okay, let me do this like this. All right. So, hmm. All right, Virgo. When I was shuffling the cards and I did the screencast or the screenshot for this video, I got an idea, which I'm going to do for all the other decks now, which kind of the same thing that I did with that previous video. But what I drew for you guys was a horse and the Bright Mother. Now, the horse itself is one of those creatures that's very regal. It can either be very elegant or it can be very fast. So I feel like you got that flexibility to you. I also feel like you're guided by the moon or you're guided by intuition. And you might also be guided by feeling vibrations. Um, I very much feel like you've been feeling some type of like goosebumps in this area right here. Quite possibly kind of like making you go like this because if you look at the hair, kind of looks like he's holding himself like that. Anyways, this is basically just showing stability. This is where you're coming from, I suppose. And with the Bright Mother is one of those cards that it focuses on intuition too. See, both of them have the moon, and they both have it in the same. I want to say it's the first quarter cycle, but I cannot be sure. I would have to look at the card. Now, this card, it has a number 10, so it represents happiness. But your happiness involves you moving away or turning your back on a certain type of energy. So let's see what this is all about, and we will move into the information to let you guys know. All right. Ooh. Whoa. All right. So we got some cards falling out. Let's see. Left or right? Right. Okay. So I drew the raccoon and I drew the fire ant. Ooh, and you have the elephant at the bottom. This is a very, very nice card right here. All right. So with the raccoon, I feel like you guys have talents that you're not sharing. Maybe talents that you've been able to hone, not just during this pandemic, but also throughout time. I get that feel of like time, and then I also get the feel that I got those goosebumps. Oh, hold on. Okay, so with the fire ant, this is talking about a group dynamic, and these are skills and abilities that are necessary in order for you to spread to a group of some kind. Now, this could be a group that you're associated with. This could be a group that probably didn't accept you last time, and I kind of feel like they will this time. Also, I kind of feel like you got that fire and passion to move forward with it now. That's mostly what I get, and you have that grounding energy of the earth signs and the earth energy. So you have not just grounding energy, but you also have fire and ambition in your soul. It's like your soul was lit, and now it's time to move forward. And what's cool about this is that because this elephant is at the bottom of the deck, it's the elephant is the remover of obstacles or the placer of obstacles to lead you from one direction into another, possibly to save you from danger, some kind of thing. This could come in the form of intuition too. Now, I feel like lately you guys have been spending a lot of time up at night. Sorry, and I almost feel like you guys are kind of like pretty much burning the candle at both ends. But this is also a fire sign, so I kind of feel like whatever fire and passion you've gotten so far has come from your third eye and from trusting your intuition. This elephant is a powerful creature, and I feel that you too, Virgo, are a very powerful creature right now. So we move on now to the fairies. Let's see what the fairies have for us. You know, it might be necessary to just chill and smoke a bowl or a joint or a blunt, Virgo. It could be, I kind of feel like this group dynamic has been wearing on you. Like maybe you've been seeking change. Maybe that's why you've been trying to hide. Trying to hone whatever skills you have. I almost feel like you've been practicing on something, Virgo. I don't know what it is, but I know you've been practicing on it. All right, but yeah, okay. So something was taking you off, and now it isn't. But I still feel like there's still some knowledge. There's still some training, I guess you could say, because a sage is a teacher. So there's somebody in your vicinity that you've been learning from, whether they seem like a sage or not. They probably are, and this person has been teaching you a lot about balance, but they've also been teaching you about making proper decisions and having the proper thought process and ending certain things that maybe haven't been going your way, Virgo. So look to this person or look to this voice, whichever one you hear, that has energy and that has information to impart upon you. Ah, the green woman. I kind of feel like you need to tap back into that energy of nature. I almost feel like this group dynamic has worn thin on you. And of course, you've had your sage around you for this while, and the energy I feel is kind of low, Leo. I mean, Virgo. I feel like this energy is kind of low for you. It's almost like you've been focusing more on the outer world and like focusing more on, uh, I guess you could say, like trying to protect others or maybe even being a protector for others. And now it's time to be a protector of yourself. The card is a five card. Not sure if you guys can see that, but the card number is 23. So 2 plus 3, which decisions through communication equal changes. And these changes I feel can be very, very beneficial, but you might need to go back to your sage first to gain some information. Oh, and look at that. Well, apparently your intuition is your teacher, and your intuition has been teaching you quite a bit. Whether you've been accepting it or not, Virgo, well, that's well, up to you to decide. All right, now one thing I will say, Virgo. So Virgo, with this card, the Lao Mei, it's about unconditional giving and receiving. Now, this isn't specifically anything having to do with like love in general, but it's just giving and taking as a whole. And so with the Lao Mei, this card here, it shows that you have not been able to give and take properly. Like you've probably been giving more than you've been taking. And now it's time to turn that dynamic around. Because that's what really sits at the bottom, at the bottom of all this. Oh, oh. So how about them apples? These cards are trying to jump out. All right, so I feel like whatever this is one of your main issues. So whatever your main issue is right now, go ahead and take a look at that because I feel that whatever that thing is, whether it's a thought, whether it's something that maybe you're working on, Virgo, there's a lack of making a judgment or a decision, and I kind of felt that because with the Sage and then with Penelope, it's all about gaining the information that you need through your intuition and your dreams. Now, I almost feel like it's necessary for you to have a little bit of self care, but let's see if it comes out in the cards. All right, so you also got the Knight of Swords in the reverse. Um, I feel like you felt this energy, so you've slowed down. The Knight of Swords, he usually rushes in as soon as he has some sort of information. And like Leo, you too are waiting on some information to be imparted towards you. Whereas Leo, it could be from anywhere. I feel with you, it's your intuition, Virgo. And this is going to require temperance. So when we talk about temperance, we talk about the energy that allows us to stay balanced, but it's also the energy to be able to transmute things from one thing to another. Now, this card right here shows the water going from one side to the other, but whatever this end result is, first begins from your happiness and then basically joins the collective consciousness. So, whatever it is that you're trying to do, Virgo, first you have to get this balance, because once you get this balance, then you're at that happy spot. And as you make your way to universal consciousness, you connect more and more to the dream. Ooh. Oh, hold on. All right. So, let's see what kind of energy you will be moving into. Leo type energy. Oh, wow. Well, that's interesting, Virgo. You guys are going to be having a lot of bravery. I kind of feel like you guys are going to be fearless, although there might be certain things that might make you fearful. But I kind of feel like you've got this, though. It's like you need to develop a little bit more of that Leo or Aries energy. But the right way to go about this is analytical, like Virgo always is. And what's left after that is a sign of Sagittarius, which is universal knowledge, universal consciousness connection, and also higher learning. So it could be that maybe you may begin to go back to school soon enough, and well, this is where you're gonna have your learning coming from. So let's move on to the planets and see what planet is going to be. Oh, the sun. Well, the sun is a natural card of Leo. So as soon as you have that little bit of information, Virgo, it's going to be time for you to express yourself. Now, you got to be mindful of how you express yourself, because you don't want to express an illusion, and neither do you want to express something that isn't you, right? Um, you want to be your true self when you express yourself. So make sure that whatever it is that you express, that you think about it, and then once you have that idea, you move forward with full force. This is Pluto energy. This is obsession, and actually, you need obsession in order to reach your dreams. So it's that undying will, I guess you could say, that determines who succeeds and who fails. Five. So changes. Be aware of changes. These could be changes to your thought process and to your mind, but I kind of feel like whatever these changes are, they're going to lead you towards more income, and mm, you will want to be mindful of these thoughts, because these thoughts could actually be your higher self speaking to you, and these changes that are coming about are from you having listened to your intuition, Virgo, or having tried to listen to your intuition. And what ends up happening is that as you start to make these changes in your thought process, your income actually goes up, because now that you're releasing stress, now you're able to do more. Your body is in more tip top shape than when it would be in any other instance. So, with that, Leo, your reading is done. I mean, not Leo, sorry about that, Virgo. So, your reading is done, Virgo. And just so you guys know, if you guys have any decks that you haven't seen me use, I use the Animal Spirit deck, and then I also use the uh, the Fairy Oracles, and I also use the Rider Tarot Weight. So if you guys have any other decks that you would like to donate, feel free to message me. I will give you the address from there, and then we'll see what we can do. And once we have that deck in my possession, I will go ahead and use it as soon as I cleanse it. So it could be within the next video. It could be within the next two videos, or set of videos. Who knows? Anyways, with that being said, thank you, Virgo, for being here. And thank you for any cross watchers that are watching. And I hope that you guys have a great night. And I hope that this information was helpful to you. So, you guys have a good night.